Doot doot. I have to refresh that. Damn it. Man.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Sunday Night Paranormal Live here on Triple Moon Vapors. Sunday Night Paranormal Live is Triple Moon Mafia Paranormal Investigators, and we have our own paranormal group, which we are excited to come to you live on every single Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, we were going to do Spirit Board Communication, aka Ouija, but I'll let Shadow Raven explain to you why we can't do it tonight, but we will be doing it.
Okay, the main reason why is because we have to have a separate webcam running from our computers or camera, which we do not have just yet, in order to point down at the Ouija board.
Alright, so that's the reason why, but we'll be getting that for everybody really soon so that we can do some live communication, Spirit Board communication right here every Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for you here on Paranormal Live on Triple Moon Vapors. So we are excited about that. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out the video that was posted earlier today. It's all about Mercury retrograde because we're in Mercury retrograde. If you didn't know that, it ends on April the 15th. I go into detail about it, so go check that out. Of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to Harley from Harley's Vape Lounge Room. We're going to have a great show tonight for sure. I have already done when I do my divination work, and I'm letting you guys know I am a witch, but when I do my divination work, anything it is, if it's spirit board communication, if it's anything with a pendulum, if it's anything with a black scrying mirror, or even if it's tarot, I always prep myself, I protect myself, I open the circle, I close the circle. All this that you do with any kind of spirit communication is a portal you're opening to the unknown. Okay? So I already did a generic, well, I don't call it generic because my readings are different from anybody else who is a reader, tarot card reader. I have been taught by my gran, and my cards are amazing. And I've done a generic reading, and this is not specifically a person. It goes out to several people who are in the situation, and we'll go over that in a little bit. But first of all, we're going to start off this wonderful show with Shadow Raven. Going to talk about some paranormal activity that he's personally experienced.
One particular night I was sleeping and came to which some people would call a nightmare. I just call it just a dream because nightmares don't really frighten me. I actually enjoy them. In this dream, I was presented by a aspiration of which was a demonic being, and he had entered my dreams. He basically told me that he was going to pretty much lock up my brain or my mind, and to where I wouldn't be able to function. You know, I'd be pretty much a vegetable as soon as I woke up. So I was like, screw that. You know, in my dreams, I don't know if anybody else can, but I have the ability to overcome what happens in my dreams. I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, I thought, how could I overcome this? So I just started screaming inside my dreams. Well, it turns out to be, it was a reality. which woke Astrid up. And in turn, she woke me up. So therefore, I overcome the demon that was trying to take over my dreams. That's all I got.
Okay, like I said before, I have done like just an open reading, okay? I took out one of my favorite cards I love to work with, and this goes out to somebody, maybe a couple of people. But I want everybody to listen with open arms and open ears because this is a great, great reading that I'm about to say. Okay, so we have somebody who is wanting to communicate, and it's an ancestor, meaning that it is somebody that's in somebody's family that has passed away. All right, now stay with me. This person is definitely their guardian, and they watch over them daily. They are a kindred spirit, like they're just full of love and energy. They protect this particular person. They're always in their thoughts. Like you think about this person all the time. Are they still with me? I know they're there, but you also have dreams about this family member who's your ancestor, and they communicate in your dreams. But sometimes when you wake up, you don't remember what you dreamt. Okay. Now, this ancestor is very protective, meaning that this ancestor will never leave your side. They will protect you from your battles that you have to face to the time of your weaknesses. They're a gentle soul, but they're full of wisdom, okay? And like I said, they're always in your thoughts and you are in theirs. And they're always listening to what you have to say. Now, if you follow us on Twitter, I will be posting this card layout so you know exactly what I'm speaking about. Now, there's some situations going on in this individual's life and there needs to be some changes. An intervention is going to be processed, but this is the changes that's going on in this particular person's life. They can't come with peace right now. They're questioning their faith. They have choices to make in life, and the choices is going to be the change of how they're going to change the current outcome that's going on in their life right now. Now, there is a home issue, either relocation or something's going on. Can't afford rent, need to find something cheaper, but the house issue will be taken care of in divine timing. Okay, in divine timing. There is hope and there is love. Okay, so this person is in a relationship. Okay, but they have trust issues with the individual. Okay, there's choices in this love that you have trust issues with, but you're hoping for hope to be a great outcome. But unfortunately, this change that's coming, it's not so much to the wise of this love relationship because an intervention is going to come along. Okay, this intervention comes down to this for this individual. They have to learn self-love because they live in the past and they live in the shadows. But that's why they're questioning their faith. That's why they can't find peace. But this ancestor, who is their guardian, that is always there to protect them, has been showing them the answers in this individual's dream. So every time that you have a dream of an ancestor, a loved one, your guardian, because guardians show you answers and things that you need to hear in your dreams, you need a dream journal. So when you wake up, if you remember anything, you need to write in it. Okay, going back to self-love. There's going to be a healing process from this experience that you're currently in a situation with the person that you're in love with, that you have trust issues. There are some infidelity going on. There's some choices you got to make. You're hoping that you can have it fixed, but it's a cycle. It'll keep on repeating. So that's the change. There's going to be a healing. That healing process of your shadow self is going to go into the self-love. But you've got to have patience. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen in a process of time. Once you find the self-love and accepting of yourself, because you've been put down for so long that you're not worthy, but you're going back to your ancestor, your guardian angel, who tells you you are worthy on a constant basis, but you need to open your ears up a little bit more. You're going to gain power. When you get that power, you're going on an adventure of celebration. Celebration is discovering your new life. Your new life. Hello, angels of light. Welcome. So you're going to be celebrating your new life, and your new life is going to be well, and that is going to be your new beginning to your new journey. So, just to recap real quick, if you haven't, go ahead and follow us on Twitter. It is Triple Moon Vapor. On Twitter, I will be posting pictures later on this afternoon of this reading. But what it's coming from is a reading from your ancestor, okay? Which is your guardian angel. This ancestor of yours is a very kindred spirit, meaning they love life and they love to show everyone love. You're always in your thoughts, and they're always in yours. They are your protector. They protect you. This individual who's your ancestor is full of wisdom and knowledge. They come to you in messages through your dreams, but sometimes you remember and sometimes you don't. They have a gentle soul and they're great at listening to anything and everything. That's the ancestor. And then I went to the intervention of what it's all about. So that reading is for somebody out there in the universe that their ancestor says, wake up, I'm trying to tell you something. And you need to really listen. So that's that part. So Harley, tell us about anything supernatural going on in your world.
Okay. When I'm home alone, I hear voices. I turn around. There's nothing there. So I know it's my family members just checking up on me. I can feel them when they're there because I get chills. They're just like, okay.
Awesome sauce. If you don't know already, we are in Mercury retrograde. So if your life is a little bit hectic or crazy right now, it's because you can blame it on Mercury retrograde. Hold on just one second. I have a message. So, Harley, go ahead and keep our people entertained while I read the message.
That's what I say.
Sing us a song, Harley.
Yeah, whatever.
We're taking out donations for Harley to sing us a song.
He's going to American Idol.
Don't listen to Shadow Raven. He's crazy.
Go ahead. We're all listening.
Yeah, whatever. So has anybody had any spooky paranormal happened around them at all? If you have, we'd love to know.
All right, Harley. I hear that you're going to be singing us the song this afternoon.
Yeah, whatever. I never said that.
Okay.
By the way, Harley, what is that behind you?
Yeah, it's right there in the upper left-hand corner.
What?
You don't see it?
No? My smoke alarm?
No. It's a black shadow.
I don't know. I don't see nothing.
It looks like it has long fingers.
The shirt?
I don't see a shirt.
There's a shirt right there. That's black.
It's a good 7 foot tall.
You're trying to scare the crap out of me.
April Fools!
I'm gonna get you. Don't make me come down to Tennessee and kick your butt.
All right, going back on track. So it's Mercury retrograde. It started on March the 22nd, and it ends the 15th of April. So right now we are in the fire sign of Aries through this Mercury retrograde. I wanted to put it all together. So when you have communication issues with loved ones, friends, family members, you can blame it on Mercury retrograde. Technology, yeah, your gadget's going to act crazy and weird. It's going to glitch. You're going to have some battery shortages and things like that, thanks to the shift of Mercury retrograde.
No one in my
Travel. If you're traveling, you'll experience some glitches and things like that. You can also blame it on Mercury retrograde. Go ahead, Harley.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you haven't already, I went into depth with all of the wonderful signs and what you're going to be experiencing during this time. If you haven't checked that video out, I uploaded it today. It's very interesting indeed, darling.
Out actually.
So does anybody have a question? I can actually do some pendulum work right here. You're going to ask a question for a yes or no answer. I can do that right now. Pendulum, definitely. You won't be able to see the pendulum or anything like that, but
Yeah.
I can let you know the yes or no questions. If you can check out the room and see if anybody has any yes or no questions, I can get my pendulum out real quick. We can do some pendulum work.
Johnny just messaged me saying no. I spent time with my brother.
Okay, cool deal. Just tell him thanks. Just tell him okay. Tell him enjoy time with his brother.
Does anybody have any yes or no questions for the
Yeah.
pendulum?
For the pendulum, a pendulum needs a yes or no question, open-ended question of yes or no. It isn't like a spirit board that can spell anything out.
Can it be about members that have passed away and we're looking down?
Okay, you have a question?
Yeah, I want to know.
Okay, hold on. Let me get all this together so I can give you. And Shadow Ravens always saw me do this, by the way. This is legit. This ain't fake. Go ahead.
I want to. Are my family members watching over me?
Okay. It's Harley's family members who have passed away watching over him. It's going heavily to yes.
Okay, that's all I wanted
Can
to
you
know.
agree? Can you vouch for that, Shadow Raven?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Please stop. Okay. Next question.
That's all I had for now. That's what I just wanted to know.
Anybody else have a question in the chat room?
Anybody have any questions in the chat for the pendulum? That's gotta be a yes or no question. Please ask some questions.
Just patiently waiting. It's like going. Any questions? If not, I'll go ahead and put her up.
Mommy's life. Do you have any questions? Yes or no for the pendulum?
And remember, when you ask a question, nothing's going to come to you. Nothing's going to get attached to you. Everything is in my inner circle. And if anything gets attached to anything, which it won't, it would be me. So I'm prepared. I'm experienced.
Yes, she is.
So just remember, it's going to be a yes or no question for the pendulum to give you their answer. And remember, I don't move the pendulum. It's actually somebody on the other side. And right now, I can tell you right now who's moving the pendulum is Fred. Because I feel his presence. So, not that I can think of, okay? Because Fred wants to talk. So, Fred, do you want coffee? You want some more coffee? Yep.
Fred always enjoys his coffee.
How about cognac? Do you want cognac in your coffee? Oh, yeah, it's going crazy. Back and forth, yes. Okay, how about a cigar? Oh, yeah, yes, it's swinging like crazy. Yep, it's Fred.
Are you having a good time right now, Fred?
Is he having a good time? Fred, are you having a great time? Harley wants to know. Oh, yeah, he's having a great time. He's having a blast. It's going back and forth really quick, so yeah.
That's good.
Yep. Thank you, Fred. Can you make it stop? Thank you. Okay, and it stopped. Any more questions or anything?
Nope.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and. Well, evidently Fred still wants to talk. He don't want me to put it up. Because I have a part over here that goes, well, on my pendulum board, which I personally made. Has my energy and stuff in it. But anyways, in the center of it's a skull. And it has yes going up and down, and sideways is no. then between the no and the yes is a triple moon, and it kept on going back. That's what he does let me know. He's patiently waiting. He goes back to the triple moon sides.
Right.
He's like, come on, ask me more questions. Okay, Fred. Stop for a minute. Okay, thank you. Fred. Is the neighbor next door playing loud music? And that is a yes. And that is true.
Are the neighbors crazy next door?
Okay, stop. Thank you, Fred. Can you stop for a minute? Thank you. Thank you in advance. Is the neighbors on either side, are they crazy?
I'm guessing that's a yes.
No, he says maybe. Well, yep, see, it's a maybe because it's going in circles. Awesome job, Fred. Because you remember, you're talking to Fred. It could be, anything can be crazy to him.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Fred. And it stopped. Any more questions out there in the audience?
Not that I'm seeing. Is Astrid crazy?
He goes no.
Dang it.
I would like to answer that one.
I might be a banshee, but I'm not crazy. Look, Fred says I'm not. Look at this. Fred says I'm not crazy.
No,
Fred's my buddy. All right. All right, thank you, Fred. So I'm going to go ahead and close this circle. But you're always welcome here. You know that this is your home. Until next time, Fred, until we get the pendulum again, I thank you in advance for everything you do.
yes.
I'm going to close the circle out. All right. So then I'm going to put this to the side because I'm going to cleanse this and put my pendulum back up in its special home. All right, so we got that going on. So it was very interesting that you tagged me in something on the Facebook. But somebody's passed around something paranormal, which is not. It's kind of like a heat sensitive kind of camera thing. And this out of the lady's butt comes this little. I'm like, that's a fart. That is not nothing paranormal. But somebody who's not smart enough would think, oh my gosh, did you see that little ghost? Oh, it's gas. Gas will show up on the infrared like that.
Wanted to see what you'd say it is. That's all.
I was like, what? That's crazy.
He freaking farted.
I know, that's what I said. She's letting gas out. That's not a ghost. Hey, but we are going to do some reaction videos pretty soon, guys. So make sure you do subscribe to our channel by hitting that red button and ringing the bell. We're going to be doing some reaction videos to some paranormal investigations because it's always good to debunk or get another eye point of view. Because we saw some that we can debunk like really quick.
Ring my bell.
There you go.
There you
go. Hey, I got my song.
There you go. There. Happy now?
Right.
I'll take what I get.
I didn't do that. You didn't hear that.
Right.
I did not snort.
It's okay. But so we're talking about paranormal stuff and stuff. But anyways, witching hours between. Well, David, what do you say witching hours between?
The witching hours.
Between 2 and 3.
2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, okay?
I'm sleeping by then. Forget that.
Well, now I do sleep. Before I have had problems. That's just because of my abilities and my gifts. But since I've been vaping the CBD oil, I'm able to go sleep like a baby.
And I know
You'll hear most activity at that time. Now, our house will be full of activity sometimes. I remember one time David came, I think it was like in the morning or I don't know. He came in the kitchen and all our cabinets were open. He's like, "Did you open all the cabinets?" I'm like, "No." Sure enough, all the cabinets were open.
It was Fred or Lucy.
No, I have a feeling I knew who it was. Now, we in our refrigerator, I mean our ice, yeah, our freezer, we don't have an ice maker. But no joke, every single day, it's like our freaking refrigerator is trying to make ice, and there's no line to it or anything for it to even make ice. Yeah. Uh, but you know what scares other people really excites us. Like, I'm not scared to go into a home that either has a possession in the home. Like, okay, just saying.
The
If
howling.
you're a true witch, you're not scared of the unknown, and you're not scared of demonic spirits. Yes, they are demonic spirits, okay? Now, a lot of people think us witches are satanic believers or believe in the devil. The true fact is, we do not recognize Satan. We do not recognize the devil. That's Luciferians, totally different from witches. Okay? Luciferians, that's who they believe in. That's their God, whatever. So going forth to saying this, yes, people can get possessed by demons. Some churches try their best for their congregation when they go to their house to try to bless the house, get rid of the negative energy, that it just doesn't work for them. So that's when they come to assistance of us. We can go in the home and get rid of whatever the entity is, or the demonic spirit, or the unknown out of the house. We're not afraid to battle it. We're not afraid to go in there. Like, no joke. We have a couple of cases that we take with us that contains things that help us and aids us. You know, a lot of us witches, we do a lot of herb magic, candle magic, things like that. You know what to do when you go in that situation. You could feel the presence before you even get to the property. I mean, that's how powerful this stuff is. And if you're not knowledgeable in the unknown and paranormal, and you don't know what you're facing when you go and do stuff, you can get things attached to you. You might think, okay, well, I'm saging something and I'm bringing my holy water or whatever else, I'm going to be okay. But the thing is, if you're not really prepared to work with what's on the other side of the unknown and not know, okay, look, oh, it's a little kid ghost. Well, I hate to break it to you. Most of the time, your demonic spirits are going to come in a affirmation or a voice of a child. Because why? Children are innocent. And humans are like, okay, oh, this is nothing. They want to play ball or they want to touch, play with a dolly or what. No, just be prepared. Get knowledgeable. Demonology 101, there's a book. Get yourself familiarized. You've got to know what you're doing before you go in there and face it. Yeah, we've been scratched. We've been our hair pulled. Did we go out running? No. We kept on pushing through what the mission was. And I'm not dissing nobody by all means. I'm just saying it's not. Do your research. You've got to research. You just can't go in there blinded with a voice, with a ghost box, a flashlight, and a recorder and a camera. Know what you're dealing with before you go in there. Would you agree, Showery? We want to add anything to it?
Yes, I agree.
The howling whistle.
Now, by all means, we're not saying, oh, we're the perfect paranormal team. No, we're not saying that at all. It's just that here lately, we've heard a lot of people having issues like attachments coming home with them, their life being turned upside down and chaotic, and things of that nature. You just got to be prepared. You're going for battle. Go ahead.
There's actually a lot of teams out there that I would actually call bullshit on, just boldly, bluntly.
Yeah, it's more to it than just what you can go with a MPV, or go with ghost box or stuff like that. Like that, when you're working with the dead and you're working with the unknown and demonic spirits, they can totally get attached to you very quickly. Saging can only do so much, okay? You need to research and everything. Like every time you put on a ghost box and things like that, yeah, they're going to communicate with you because they want somebody to talk to, right? But you don't know who you're talking to. And like we've had somebody who actually started being in paranormal because they were very, very amazed by it, and they just got some of the stuff off Amazon and playing around with it. Well, long story short, they got an attachment to them, and it wasn't a ghost or a deceased or the dead. It was a demonic spirit. Just
I can
like
get
when I tell people, you watch the movie and you love the movie Ouija. Ouija is not a game. It is a serious divination device for those who know how to open and close it properly. Like when you see me do my spirit board communication, you will see the whole setup. Like I have black witches salt around it. I have all my protection sigils. I have everything. To my candles that have sigils on it, everything. I am protected because you never know who you're going to communicate with the board. And most of the time, my board, I don't even have to touch the planchette. The planchette moves itself. Like I will sit there and the planchette moves itself. I ask it a question, it moves. I'm not joking you. Shell Raven can vouch for that. It moves on its own. But you've got to be truly prepared for battle. Because anytime you're dealing with the dead, and it's necromancy, I don't care what anybody says, anytime you're doing it, you've got to be prepared for battle. Go ahead.
We actually have a video on that. Come to think of it, when we was
Yeah.
doing the 100 Pro show.
Yeah, if we could find that, we can upload it to our channel.
I'll see if I can find it.
Okay. So definitely, once we get the webcam just to focus down on the communication board, that's what I like to call it. I don't like to really, I mean, it is a Ouija board, but to me, as my part of my divination, it's my spirit communication board. We got to get a separate webcam for it so that it focuses on there, that you can see it. We tried to get to where we used the laptop's webcam. It just did not look good. It cut off half the board. We want you to see the whole communication board, the whole setup, how I protect myself through this communication process. And that you guys can see how you can properly open and close. Now, what works for me might not work for everybody else, okay? But remember, when you're dealing with the dead and you're dealing with the unknown on the other side, and after you dealt with them and you feel like there's depression coming on, or you feel that your energy's being taken out, that you need to drink several energy drinks, or you feel like you want to Netflix and chill a lot, or you feel sick of the stomach, or you get sick the next day, that you're not prepared. You need to protect yourself. There's more to it than just like, okay, let's have fun, let's go talk to ghosts. You've got to be ready for battle. That's what I like to call it, the paranormal battle, because you've got to be aware of what's out there on the other side. For sure.
I think I can get Nightbot my YouTube channel.
Yeah, you can. You go to Nightbot. I can give you the link. So that's almost about that. Pretty soon, Shadow Raven and I are going to be trying to find where an old witch is buried and doing some paranormal work in that cemetery. And hopefully, she will talk to me. Cross my fingers. I'm so hoping. For sure. But as soon as we find it, we know the location's at, which we don't want to say right now where it's at.
I've actually been there one time, but I can't remember where exactly it's at.
But we have been to, so once we find it, I cannot wait to go. And just to do, because to me, it's a bloodline kind of thing of a witch. And we're all related, brothers and sisters of the craft. So I cannot wait to go and pay my respects
This cemetery is so old to where it doesn't have any modern uh, tombstones. I guess you can say they're all flat stone. No, if there was any identification on the tombstones, it's all worn off because it's so old. I'm guessing it was dating back to like maybe 16th, 17th century. I don't know.
And that's pretty great.
It's pretty old.
That brings me to another thing. When you're going to a cemetery and things like that, and you're doing your paranormal investigation, always bring an offering. Or when you're walking in, always ask, "May I walk in?" or "May I come into your presence?" Um, the reason I say that is because if you come to unwanted grounds and you start doing your paranormal stuff and you don't leave them like an offering, you don't have to leave every single person in that graveyard or cemetery. You know what I mean? An offering of saying thank you for allowing me to use some of your time, for you, for us to communicate, whatever. You can leave it by a tree somewhere. And the best thing to leave an offering uh, for for the dead when you're working with necromancy and things like that is actually tobacco, chocolate, and liquor. Just saying.
A long time
That's
ago.
their favorite thing. And next time you go, after you leave that little offering, like you can leave a couple of cigarettes by a tree, or you can get the loose tobacco from the tobacco shops and just like sprinkle some on the ground. And even if you don't want to leave like a little, those little liquor bottles or whatever else, you don't have to. But if you do, you open it, you pour out the liquor around the tree. I'm just saying. And when you go back there to do another paranormal investigation, they're going to welcome you more with welcome arms, and you're going to have more people who want to communicate very fast with you than what you had before. And you always thank them for their time. I've seen some people just go into cemeteries. Ooh, it's so dark. Oh my God, I cannot wait to talk to the ghost. This is, it's like, okay, did you ask them if you can actually come on the property and speak to them? You know, you won't, sometimes you'll get a yet, but you'll know when you're not wanted for sure. You'll know when you're not wanted there. And when you're not wanted there, just leave. Respect them and leave. But if you say, may I come on the property? May I speak to you? And then, wait for a second. And if you don't feel like, oh, they don't want you there, then go ahead and step onto the cemetery. Leave that offering, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Of loose tobacco or a cigarette. If you do get one of those little liquor bottles, open it out, put some on the ground, things like that nature. I mean, you always got to respect them. Always respect those who are dead and things of that nature. Hopefully that can help some people out, especially if you're working with cemeteries. You always want to do that. Now, if you're working with cemetery and you're taking cemetery dirt, you want to ask permission first, not like ask the cemetery. No, you're going to ask those who are deceased that live and reside at the cemetery of their bodies. And if you feel like it's okay, then you're going to also leave them an offering in return too.
Did you want to show this to him right now, or do you
I
want
can
to?
program it right now.
Okay.
I can step over to share channel. But you always want to leave some kind of offering or gratitude, and you always want to tell them thank you for the time when you leave.
When I
And
lived, I used to live next to a cemetery.
I can't live by like right next beside one. No,
My house,
not with my gifts. No, I would never get sleep.
there it is, right there.
So
I never went there though. But we had a lady that haunted the house, but she was really sweet. She didn't harm anybody. She'd play
right,
music, she'd throw things off the desk to get your attention. She was really nice.
yeah. Um. Also, when you're going into like, let's say you found that old say asylum, and you're going in there, you gotta be ready for battle. Because I'm telling you, when you go to a sale asylum, you're in for a whirl of craziness and a great experience too.
Mm-hmm.
But the same concept, I mean, this is what I do. The same concept is if it's a Salem asylum, you know the general age of what was in there, at the time when the establishment was good and going before whatever happened to the building or got abandoned or whatever. And there's children in there. You want to bring either like toy cars, little balls, because they can make balls move very quickly with their energy they gather up to where it can move, or girls like little dolls, but you want the voice activated dolls. And they even have those that have motion sensor that can pick up so you can hear the voice, you know what I mean? But if there's older ones there, you want to leave some kind of like gift.
Yeah.
Just to respect them to where they won't come out and attack you. Because especially Salem asylums, you've got some nifty little spirits in there that either want to trick you, they want to attack you, or they want to come out and play. So you gotta respect them in that nature, and do not.
When I lived in Bertrand, she wanted to play. She was an older. She just wanted to have fun.
Do not provoke them. If you're going to keep on provoking them, they're going to attach themselves to you, most likely, and they're going to follow your ass home because they're attached to you because you pissed them off.
That's one thing that I wanted to talk about also is the fact that you know how whenever you was a kid, um, it might have not actually happened to you, or you might have experienced maybe a brother or sister happen to them, or maybe a friend where they have an imaginary friend. That imaginary friend is a spirit that they're talking to. It's not imaginary. And also, if it's a child that's in the form of a ghost, 9 times out of 10 that is a demon,
Right.
because they take the form of a child in order to get to you.
Yeah, but this lady that I think when we lived there, I think she died in that house. That's why she was there.
Right.
Yeah. She'd even she'd open our camper door, not close it. She'd show up in mirrors at like 5 or 6 in the morning when we're all. She never harmed anybody. She was really sweet. Kind of sad to talk to her every day when she showed up. Yeah, and I don't think this lady that we had, she wanted to pass over to the other side. She died. Yeah, yeah, but I think this lady talking about she was buried in the cemetery that was next to her house. So I think that's why she keeps coming back. She kept. Yeah, we never. And this lady we never wanted to get rid of, we kept her around. Mm-hmm.
One key sign that I look for, and I'm a pretty quiet person just by nature. Asher can vouch for that. One thing that I actually look for is I start watching the people that live there, how they act on maybe a day-to-day basis, and if I see any depression whatsoever, then that pretty much tells me exactly what's in there
Mm-hmm.
just by how they act. I also look at the state of the house that it's in, cleanliness, that sort of thing.
Right.
Right. And like, when we do go on these things, when we go on our cases and we know we're dealing, and most of the time, Sal, even myself, we'll know it's a demonic spirit before we can get to the property. We could be, what would you say, about half a mile away, we can feel it. That's how, intuition it is. So one that we're already prepared. Anything we go on, we're prepared, because we take everything with us, like from our demonic kit that we put together. That has everything we need to battle any kind of demonic spirit.
So that kit also includes brownies as a last resort.
Mugwort brownies for the demonic spirits.
Hey, when in doubt, bake them brownies.
Mugwort and devil's claw brownies. And catnip cookies.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we have different. I mean, when we load up, no jokes, go to a case, it's like it almost looks like we're moving in because we're prepared. We have everything we need. You know what I mean? Uh, but like Shai already said, you could tell pretty much by the way the people are. You talk to them outside. I mean, you've already talked to them before when you do your uh like pre-case to what's going on, and then when you get there, you get to know a little bit more about them, how they're reacting, since you have everything you need to do what you need to do. Because if it's a demon attached to them and they sense who you are, and they're right in front of you face to face, and they start shaking and their eyes start glitching, that means they have a little possession, and that demon's scared because they sense what you are. Because we're not like regular paranormal people. I mean, hello, we're witches. So, the demon's going to like try to react with that person. Like I remember once, like we went to this case, and the boyfriend's like, "No, we don't need them here. No, no, I don't believe in that stuff. They can't. No, we don't have that here." And this is the case that we were talking about. The house was so messy. It was trying to get rid of us, and that was the demon possession. Because before he was all gun for it, but that was us talking to them on the telephone. You know what I mean? So when they saw us face to face, and I was looking them straight in the eye, I was like, "Yep, it's already demon possession. I can already tell just
Mhm.
by the reactions of the individuals."
Exactly.
I mean, and the bad thing is that was a nice older house. I mean, like very nice older house. But when you went in the inside, it was a living nightmare.
Yep. 8
All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap up tonight. We're going to be working on getting, like I said, a webcam or something to stream to where you guys can see the communication board, where you can come and see the planchette move on the phone. So you get to ask it a question. There's no magic, no trickery to it. It's just I have been doing this for many years, and the person who does communicate the most through that spirit communication board is Fred. Me and him has a bond. He is one of my spirit guides, and he just moves the planchette without me having to touch it. So make sure you do go ahead and hit that red button and show your love here to the channel, and ring the bell so when we go live, you're notified. And go ahead and be one of our spooky Vapor Squad members. We would love to have you. Also, go ahead and follow Harley over at Harley's Vape Lounge Room. Show him some love by hitting that red button and ringing his bell. Go ahead and sing your song.
Ring my bell, ring my bell.
See, you got another song.
Bonus.
And we hope you enjoyed tonight as we just chit chatted because we really wanted to bring the spirit communication board, but it just did not work out the way we planned it to. So therefore, if you're just now tuning in, go watch the back of the beginning because there is a general reading for somebody out there in the universe that this message needs to get to. That I did a wonderful tarot card reading for. I will try to take a picture of this reading and put it on our Twitter as soon as I can. Anything else, guys?
Yep, that's it.
Also, stay tuned for a battery video coming up. If we can't get to it tonight, since it's a little bit late, we can do it sometime tomorrow. We'll make time for it and teach you a little bit about the vape batteries.
So, vape battery safety lesson with Shallow Raven.
And stay tuned tomorrow on this channel. We'll be live at noon.
Yes, for our afternoon coffee and vape chat where we just chat about everything and what's going on. And also, juice reviews will be coming this week. We also have vape mill coming up this week. Also, stay tuned to reaction videos to music videos. Shadow Raven and I are going to bring a series on that. We're probably going to end that, start that series this coming up weekend. So you want to make sure that you're tuned in here to this wonderful channel.
Demon Killer Tiny Kit coming when we get it in the mail.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting on my juice review so I can compare it to the RDA versus the tank.
Yep, we both ordered one.
Yep, so I'm excited. They finally had the black resin one in.
Yep.
So, all right, and remember, do not play with a Ouija board. It is not a game. It is a communication device. It's called divination. When you speak to somebody on the other side, it's called necromancy. If you are not fully done your research or you have fully been educated in it, I advise you not to play with it, or you're going to be calling us, emailing us to get rid of what's in your home and attached to you. All right, we'll see you next Sunday here at Paranormal Live with Triple Moon Mafia Paranormal Investigators. Have a good night.